UFC 287 just took place this weekend. The fights were pretty great on the main card, to say the least. And I'm counting Kelvin Gastelum and Chris Curtis as being a part of the main card, because let's be real, they should have been a part of the main card. But that's discussion for later on in the video. I'll give a brief main event summary, I guess. Not summary. There's not much that happened. I mean, it looked like Alex Pereira was on his way to winning again, to be honest. It looked like he already deaded Israel Adesanya's leg, and Izzy did allude to that in the post-fight press conference. But, man, Izzy just set up the perfect counter shot. He baits him into the corner with a little bit of rope-a-dope, kind of makes it seem like he's about to get finished, and then as Alex Pereira goes to that left hook, he fires off straight, ending the night for Alex Pereira and becoming the two-time middleweight champion. It was a great fight, great finish. It was a solid moment, and I'm really happy that it happened, because it shut up a lot of needless Izzy haters, people that are just spreading hate for no reason on a dominant champion. So put respect on this man's name. Co-main event, Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Again, not too much to say on it. It was a pretty lackluster fight for the most part. Jorge didn't land pretty much anything. A couple good kicks, I guess. Gilbert Burns was landing a lot more of the strikes on the feet, landing overhands, landing an uppercut. At one point up against the cage, it looked like it rocked Masvidal. Masvidal just did not look like himself, and he retired shortly after in his post-fight press conference. In his interview. Man, I'm all over the place today. But yeah, great career for Jorge, 20 years in the sport, legend of the game, nothing bad to say about him. It was Gilbert Burns' night. Rob Font versus Adrian Yanez in the feature fight. Rob Font proved a lot of people wrong. He slept Adrian Yanez with a wicked combo at the end of the first round. Kind of, I think, in like the last minute and a half of the fight, I believe. Something like that. I picked Adrian Yanez, and I was wrong, and I'm not mad about it, because Rob Font looked great. I low-key want to see him versus Petr Yan. I feel like that would be a great fight night main event. Then we go to Kevin Holland versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. If Santiago was younger, he might have been able to win this fight, honestly. He was chopping at Kevin Holland's legs and doing a lot of damage. I was pretty surprised that Kevin still has not figured out how to check kicks. Or maybe he knows how to check kicks, but it just doesn't seem like his leg defense is there, and that's a problem. That's going to be a real big problem moving up in the welterweight division. But either way, great knockout for Kevin Holland. I'm glad that he's got a win. I'm a big fan of him, so when he's doing good, I think the sport's doing better, for sure. Then we've got Christian Rodriguez spoiling the night for Raul Rosas Jr., another pick I got wrong. Tough one, to be honest. In hindsight, I feel like I really should have seen that coming, but that's the curse of hindsight. Pretty lackluster fight. The first round was cool just because it was sporadic, and Raul Rosas Jr. was burning his gas tank to try to get a first round submission finish, but he couldn't do it. Back to the drawing board for the kid. I mean, he's young, so he's got a lot of time. And then for the fight of the night, in my opinion, it's already the fight of the year. This is an early contender for sure, and in my opinion, it is the fight of the year. Kelvin Gastelum defeats Chris Curtis in a barn burner of a fight. Kelvin looked great. Chris Curtis honestly looks like he could take out a lot of middleweights, probably all the middleweights that he's lost to in the UFC if it was a 5-round fight. But he needs to get going sooner, because he was landing those body shots like I predicted him to all day. They were money, and he was really digging them in the last round for sure, but it just wasn't enough. Kelvin looks great, and I'm actually happy to see him back in the win column. It's really good to see him back there. He should probably go to 170, honestly. Like Henry Cejudo said, he could be a champion at 170 if he just dieted down and really, really focused in on making a run at welterweight. That's going to be all for my video today, my reaction, I suppose. I don't really feel like going into the prelims. They were all right. I did decent on the card. I went 7-5 overall out of 12 fights. It could have gone vastly different. I could have gone and done even worse. There's a lot of MMA YouTubers that went negative. I have yet to go negative, which is good. Never ever negative. I don't even think I've done broken even yet, but yeah, nah. Bless the MMA gods. I stayed afloat, 7-5. I'm going to update my overall record for you guys in the next prediction video, because that'll be the 12th UFC card they put on this year, and I don't know, I don't want to update it on the 11th. That feels weird. if y'all know what I mean. But fuck with the videos, give me a sub, give me a like. I'll catch y'all.